The following is a station editorial.
This is Holland Redfield. The U.S. Congress has granted the U.S. territories a unique set of tax benefits, which has enabled the territories to compete in the world's fiercely competitive markets. Congress's rationale in granting these incentives was to create social, economic, and political stability in the U.S. territories. Historically, these tax benefits have been under attack by the U.S. Treasury Department, who have philosophically opposed these benefits. They have consistently second-guessed our elected officials' rationale for granting such benefits, and even when oversight has been done to the letter of the law, they have never been happy with these benefits. That's why we were shocked by the unilateral action on the part of the government of Puerto Rico through its resident commissioner, Pedro Paralisi, who has sponsored a bill that would have opened Pandora's box and which could very well threaten the territory's ability to compete, attracting rum industries by seeking to place caps on the use of what are known as cover-overs, which are monies that can be put back into the industry, which could have the net effect of destabilizing the Diageo deal. After reviewing the proposed legislation, it reeks of politics and is clearly destructive in nature. And were it passed, Puerto Rico would not only be inflicting a wound on the Virgin Islands, but also on themselves and all of the other U.S. territories. Effectively, we would all be put in an economic straitjacket. It would be tantamount to throwing away the baby with the bathwater. This is nothing more than gross political interference in the internal affairs of the government of the Virgin Islands, and by their action reflects poorly on Puerto Rico's judgment. We believe that this is all over Puerto Rico losing the Diageo Captain Morgan rum brand to St. Croix, and it's nothing more than sour grapes. This move by Puerto Rico has far-reaching social and economic and political implications, and should be a wake-up call to all elected officials in the Virgin Islands, whether they supported the Diageo deal or not, to come together and stand with the governor and the delegate to Congress, who have drawn a line in the sand intending to fight this damaging legislation. The territory's relationship with Puerto Rico has long been tenuous, and Puerto Rico historically has placed their interests ahead of the territories. Our position on this issue is not directed towards the people of Puerto Rico, but rather directed towards their government. Let there be no mistake. Puerto Rico has done its best to dominate the region, whether it's through its size, its economic clout, or its population of 3.8 million people, which places them in a position of being a political powerhouse in our nation's capital. We have to guard ourselves from the temptation of laying political traps for each other, or tempted by saying, "I told you so." This threatens to foster disunity when we should all be standing together to protect the interests of the people of the Virgin Islands. Simply put, we cannot afford to lose this fight.
Please email your comments to our editorial department. Our email address is editorial@viradio.com. Please include your name and other contact information.